Rose. This is Kelly Duece, and I'm here at my most favorite place in the world, Sacred Waters Wellness Arts Studio. And I am here with a very special guest today. I am excited to have this person here. We're going to get really, really yummy and delicious in our conversation. So, welcome to the show, Chef Duece. All right, so thank you so much for coming. Thank you for making time in your busy day.
Honored.
I am very happy to have you here. I want to go ahead and let people know who you are. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, but make sure we know who you are, maybe even go a little bit in your background, where you're from, and what exactly do you do?
Awesome. Okay, well, my name is Chef Duece Osanyan. I am from Los Angeles, California.
Ooh.
Yes, absolutely. Cali.
Ooh,
we
LA.
here. And I have been focusing on culinary arts for about 7 to 8 years now. I first started off as a dancer in regards to my connection with health and wellness. So in dance, of course, you know, you want to keep your body right and have it looking good, and of course feeling good while you're dancing. And so my interaction with health and wellness started from that particular area, and then it just continued to grow. And in that growth, I ended up taking it a little bit to the next level and went to the Institute of Integrative Nutrition in New York City.
Okay.
And in that space, I got a chance to learn about herbs and holistic nutrition in regards to health and wellness and things like that. In that transition, I ended up meeting a celebrity chef by the name of Lauren Vanderpool in Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
And so I was looking to study under someone in regards to my own journey in vegan. So, you know, like when you first starting off eating vegan, you know, you're making all the meals that you could naturally make, but then you want to take it to the next level and make some other things as well. So I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to intern under Lauren. And then once that happened, it was just
magic.
love. It was I just knew exactly where I felt like my purpose was.
Okay.
So in that development, decided to come to Atlanta and switch up the environment just to be able to be my own trailblazer and focus on things that I thought I could bring to the community in Georgia here. And in that successful manner, that's when Cosmic Cuisine was birthed in a space of just doing a lot of vending and doing a lot of demos and trying to see who was connecting with my food and what actually made sense to the community. And I felt like my food had a connection not only with people's physical, natural healing, but also their spiritual healing as well. So that's where the cosmic connection is coming in, where the food is in relation to more than just your physical healing.
Okay.
And it just grew, and so it's an amazing journey to be able to create it. In that journey, I've been trying to see where I sit with what I'm presenting, and I just enjoy creating an ambiance and an atmosphere with my food. So I've focused more on the fine dining aspect of the vegan journey and what that looks like, and then also challenging us as chefs in the vegan community to create an atmosphere that people can enjoy while they're having healthy food.
So fine dining, vegan fine dining. And I think this is really a great time for that, as you know, more people are becoming aware of the health benefits of a vegan vegetarian diet, as well as just the atmosphere. But back to the movement, because you connected the movement to healing. So definitely as a dancer, I consider that to be, you know, a healing art. Not just for the dancer, but for those people who watch, because I get mesmerized, you know, watching people who can dance. And as I've gotten older, oh my gosh, you know, my moves may not be, you know, as smooth, but I still got a little something. So I would definitely love to see you, because you are still working in dance as an instructor,
For
right?
sure, absolutely.
Okay. So you are you have these multiple talents, these multiple disciplinaries that require a lot of, you know, discipline, particularly as, you know, a vegan chef. So you have to be very careful on, you know, what you are, you know, adding in terms of ingredients of foods, just the whole system and process. So did the integrative of the school, is it integrative nutrition? Did they actually prepare you for those type of culinary skills there, or?
No, it was much more of kind of getting it in the mind, as in aspects of the holistic part of it. So, you know, they kind of give you insight on connecting your spirituality, whatever that may be, to the food, also with exercise, also with your personal relationships and what that looks like. So it's really a building for you to get that health and wellness in the mind first.
Right.
So it can flow in whatever purpose you want to do, whether you're a nutritionist or whether you're a chef. It just gave you the tools to know where you wanted to be able to produce your fruit into health and wellness. So it didn't necessarily have to be a place where you were learning about a chef experience, but more of a place where you were learning about health and wellness and what that looks like.
All right, I understand. So it was more about the holistic connection, mind, body, and spirit. In terms of cosmic cuisines, what are some of the type of, like if someone wanted to work with you, you know, what are some of the type of services that you provide, or who are the people that you provide services for?
For sure. So Cosmic Cuisine focuses more on catering and private chefing, because it's a little bit much more intimate, and then we have the opportunities to be able to create a lot of things that we wouldn't be able to create in mass production or in things of that aspect. So Cosmic Cuisine allows for people to have much more than a food experience. And I've been able to experience that with those who just want to be able to have others see what the food is in relation to whatever they're trying to create. So for example, if they're having a party and they want to have the food be raw, you know what I mean? Then
when you say raw, just so people understand, you're talking about raw vegan food.
So I'm talking about raw vegan food. And to me, when I'm speaking about raw vegan food, I'm talking about foods that are, you know, not cooked, of course, and they have much more of a effect with the healing aspect of things when we're talking about raw food. So if you're a person who is hiring me in regards to raw food, we want to see what's the reason why you're focusing on having raw food, that background, and how can we be able to set that atmosphere on what you want, you know, with that raw experience. So you might want to have the experience be a healing atmosphere. So my job is to focus on the foods that create that healing atmosphere. So we pretty much get people who want to have a backstory to the actual event or a party or a birthday or things like that.
Oh, that sounds really good. So can you just share a little bit about some of the most recent activities that involve you with your foods? Like just some experience where you know that, you know, you're in the right place, you're doing good, you're touching lives. What have been some of the testimonies that you've received from some of the people that you've worked with?
Good testimonies is people who are just excited about having that experience. And I know it's very light to say, but a lot of people don't really have experiences with their food. And they don't have an environment that actually creates that as well. So a lot of people is just like, I love the way you created this space for us, giving us an opportunity to just be confident and relaxed in what we're doing while we're having the food, which is great. As of now, I do a lot of private one-on-ones, or actually going in and helping out families in regards to that, which I feel kind of creates a clientele for me to have that intimate space with certain people who want to have events or small little group gatherings. So that's been a few testimonies.
Okay, so if someone is watching now and they just want to experience working with you, tell us, how would they get in contact with you? I mean, what would be the steps to work with Chef Duece?
Steps to work with Chef Duece, I'm really strong and heavy on social media platforms. I think that is an opportunity for me to be able to connect with those in real time. And it also just allows people to know what we're doing on an up-to-date basis, which gives people the comfortability to want to work with me because they're seeing what can connect with them. So social media, Duece Frequency _.
All right, and we'll make sure that we have it below in the comments so people can easily connect with you.
For sure.
So let me ask you something just out of the blue. I want to know, how healthy are you? And when I'm asking you that, I have some people who say, well, I eat pretty healthy. I'm pretty healthy. I have to, I I carry the mail from my mailbox to my door. And I do that 5 days a week. Or I have some people who are in the gym 2 or 3 times a week, but yet they don't necessarily subscribe to a vegan diet or a keto diet, or but they just feel that they eat healthy because they get their standard American diet with some exercise. How healthy would you be if I were to create a scale from 1 to 5, and 5 being someone who is, in the gym or very active in their day-to-day lifestyle, and they're eating, I'm going to say a pretty strict diet. Some people may say it's extreme, but a raw food diet versus someone who eats, a variety of the standard American diet, but they're getting, all of they're getting their fruits, they're getting their vegetables, they're getting their protein from animals. Where would you fall at? Like, how do you feel? How would you describe your healthy?
1 to 5, I'm gonna give you a 4.
Okay.
It's still much to work on. It's still much to learn. It's still much to grow.
Okay.
I feel like my regimen is really great because I'm focused on what the body is telling me.
Okay. That's important.
And I'm also focused on giving the body what it needs at specific times. So for instance, I don't really eat breakfast at all, really, to be honest with you. I keep it much more on the liquids, only because, when you're waking up, of course we know breakfast, that's what people refer to their morning meal. But we can also look at it as a breaking fast, because you've been sleeping for a certain amount of hours, and now you're getting ready to incorporate some sort of liquid or some sort of food. But the thing is, though, is because you're just kind of waking up, your body needs to get energized and activated. And we don't want to put nothing too heavy in the body. And I'm just speaking of my regimen. I don't want to put anything too heavy in the body, because I know that heaviness kind of stops the vibe of the body being energized in the morning time. I have my heaviest meal midday, between 12 and 3. And then I have a small meal probably in the evening times, depending on what I'm doing or where I'm at. But I try not to eat a little more later than usual. So I have a specific type of regimen. I go by nature. I do a lot of things like that. Certain times of the day, go by the sun. So it's just a little different for me.
And since you are in the space of nutrition, what's your intake on water? The consumption of water. I personally feel that just as Americans, we got water in the car, we got water bottle, in our purse, in our hand, in the backpack, one in the office. We really have all of these different types of water, designer waters, alkaline water, pH 7.0, spring water, distilled water, and everyone has an opinion on what they do. And since you're in the space of nutrition, and people are curious, they want to know. People don't know what is, best. I have an ongoing conversation with a relative who is firm on distilled water. And I would like for my everyday water to be coconut water. If I was living on an island.
Let me get that one more time.
And when I drink, what may be substandard because it's packaged and it's, somewhat processed coconut water, I still find enjoyment with it. It's nothing like getting it right off of a tree. But what is your take on, water? And I'm asking, of course, you, but when someone asks you that, because you're a health professional, a nutritionist, if you will, what's your take on that?
I have a few takes on it. I'm really big on being local with food and water intake. So I think where you are, you should be trying to find water that is in your environment, because this is where your body is. So for a prime example, I probably wouldn't drink any water. I probably wouldn't drink Fiji water. Let's just say that, because I don't live in Fiji. So that's, to me, that exits it out, because of just the relatability of the water in my body, if that makes any sense. I feel like if you're really on a really solid, strong foundation in your journey, you're going to get a lot of water from the food. that you're eating.
Okay.
And a lot of foods and fruits and vegetables already have a water content to them. So like you just spoke of, coconut water,
Right.
watermelon,
Okay.
cucumbers. So if we're doing the science, we know that water is already in certain types of food.
Yes.
So you don't have to be over here drinking a gallon of water a day, which is sometimes hard for people to get to. So if you find yourself drinking a small amount but still getting water in different areas, now you're getting what you need on a daily basis. I do feel like sometimes water has its place depending on your transition and where you're at. So if you're a person who eats fast food, acidic foods, then that 9.5 water might be good for you.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because now you're allowing your body to balance that. Even though it's a high pH, it's working a little bit much more on behalf of where you at in the body.
I think that is very sound information in terms of, you know, what a lot of people, you know, may misunderstand in terms of water intake. So thank you for answering that question. So last but not least, I know that I would love to have you as a chef for an intimate, you know, private event. So I will definitely be contacting you soon. Is there anything else that you would like for people to know about, you know, Chef Duece?
Yes, Chef Duece is love. You know what I mean? So know when you are getting his services or getting Cosmic Cuisine International services, you are getting love within the food. And I think that's very important, who's actually making it happen. I am a person who is focused on taking our health and wellness journey in culinary arts to the highest peak. I think we have sat with knowing that a lot of food is nutritious for us. But now people are wanting an environment to create other ways to be able to experience that. So Chef Duece is about the experience. I want you to leave one of my experiences and just be like, I can't get the vibe out the mind, the food out the mind, the people, all of that. So I just want to create aha moments in people's health and wellness journey.
Thank you. Thank you. That sounds so wonderful, and I look so forward to your food. And we will have some special snippets of you in the lab, in the kitchen, that is.
In the kitchen.
Thank you so much for being here.
I appreciate it. Yes,
Blessings.
yes, yes, always.